My friend, today I've got an idea for a springtime table setting that I'm so excited to share with you. I don't know about you, but with winter, we tend to hunker down and enjoy being at home. And that's what my tables and our house tend to reflect at the time. But now with March ending and April right around the corner, I'm seeing spring happening outside. We've got cute little crocus flowers coming up and our tulip bulbs are emerging. The air is getting warmer, the sun is shining longer, and that's what I want to hopefully emulate and encapsulate on my table setting. I want to reflect what's happening outside, inside, and I've got an idea that I hope you're gonna like because I'm really excited about it and I'm excited to share it with you. So let's get started. Before I get started on styling my table, I wanted to share with you my inspiration piece. Because if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I almost always talk about needing a source of inspiration, something that I'm going to use as the base of my ideas, giving me the colors and the style that I'm going to then hopefully have the rest of my table settings support. Now, in this case, the inspiration were these beautiful plates. I found these at an estate sale months ago. I love the colors in them. I think they definitely reflect springtime. Now there were only 4 of this design, but there was a second complementing design that has the same colors in it. So I'm going to actually combine these 2 plates onto my table setting. This is going to be the dominant one with 4 plates on the table, and this one I'm going to use 2 plates. But you can see that these 2 coordinate and they work well together. So this was the catalyst for the color scheme that I'm going to be using on my table setting. I've got a couple of things behind me that I'm hoping to be able to integrate, but I've not set this table up in advance. I don't really know how it's going to turn out. So as you watch this, I'm kind of creating it and going along at the same time. So you might see some things kind of change, or I will start with one thing but then move to another because it's not quite working the way I'm hopefully envisioning it to turn out. But first, before I get started, I do need to clear my current table, which was from a previous video. I'll make sure I link this table setting or what's left of it down below so that way you can see how or what originally looked like. So the first thing I'm going to start with is this pink square tablecloth. I found this, again, at an estate sale. In fact, everything but 2 things that I'm going to be planning on using on this table setting, I either found at a thrift store or at an estate sale. Now, if you've not seen some of my videos before, you are not familiar with my trick of using the spray bottle to help get out the creases. I'm not that worried about ironing this tablecloth because I'm going to be covering a lot of it, but I do want to get out the main creases. So spray bottle, just lightly sprayed. And then take your hands and gently pull the tablecloth tight. And that's going to help remove the majority of these creases and wrinkles. You might need to go back and just lightly dampen it. And then next, I'm going to add this yellow table runner that I have. Again, something I found at an estate sale a long time ago. I just found the middle of the runner. I put that in the middle of my table, and I am then pulling it down the rest of the way. Again, I'm going to go back and use my spray bottle to get out most of these wrinkles. I do this mostly, if I had more time, I would definitely iron the runner and the tablecloth. But when you're short on time, this is a great solution. Now I'm going to add these teal charger plates, which, take a look at these three colors. You can kind of see the spring color scheme that I've got going on here. Now that I'm adding these plates to my table setting, you'll see why I used the three different colors to start with on the base of my tablescape. I'm putting the four of the same pattern on the sides, and the two that are the separate pattern are going to be at the head and the foot of my table setting. For my glasses, I'm using two different colors. I've got a pink one that matches the pink of my tablecloth, and the light teal that is matching the charger plate. I think this is going to really help with the consistency and the look of this table setting. I don't know about you, but I love mixing the colors on my table settings, especially when I'm doing a really colorful tablescape like this one. I'm using the pink goblet as my water glass and the teal one for wine or a secondary drink. Let me give you a quick close-up of them. Here is the pink glass. Again, I found this at an estate sale. And then here is the light teal one. Also found this at an estate sale. I'm going to use my pink and white DIY napkins. I actually used these last year on my Easter table setting, and they're so easy to DIY. This is one of the two things that I did not either thrift or get from an estate sale that's going to be on this table. And then with them, I am going to use this sweet yellow flowered napkin ring. Again, these were thrifted. And I'm just going to do super simple, pull in the middle and then slide the napkin ring on. I just think that's simple and sweet, and it's going to be perfect for this table setting. Now for the centerpiece. And this is where I'm gonna have to play a little bit because I'm not positive what I think is gonna end up looking best or working best on the tablescape. So behind me, I have flowers that I picked up at Trader Joe's, and they match the colors that are in the plates. I also have this really nice large teal vase that's the same color as the teal glasses that I have on my table setting. But I also have these raspberry juice glasses that are picking up the darker pink that's on my plates. So this could be a great addition to the centerpiece or part of the tablescape. I don't know if I'm going to use just these, just this, or a combination of. So let's kind of play with it and see how it evolves. All right, I'm not done with this, but I want to actually be able to see how big it's looking, if it's going to actually be in the way of people looking across the table at each other. You know, is it going to be in their line of sight? So when somebody is sitting here, can they talk to the person diagonally from them, or is this going to be in the way? And it's going to be in the way. So I am not going to move forward with this as the centerpiece. I'm going to use those smaller glasses, and I'm going to create a little bud vase idea with them. And I still might use this, but I'm going to nix this idea. I'm pretty happy with the way these are looking. So let's take and see how they look on the table. These are going to be super cute, and I've got one more thing that I'm going to add to this centerpiece. Do you remember my favorite portable lamps right now? I'm going to put these in the middle, but I've got one more thing I want to do with them. I went to Joann's and I found this remnant of dark pink pom-pom ribbon, which matches the color in the plates and my glasses perfectly. So, my idea is to be able to keep the integrity of the lamps and adhere the ribbon to the lamps, but not make it permanent. So I'm thinking of using glue dots to make the ribbon stick and then be able to remove the ribbon later when I don't want it on the lamps any longer. I've got to tell you that I was so sad when I walked into Joann's, knowing that these stores are closing and they're no longer going to be able to be a resource for all of my craft and sewing projects. I mean, I started sewing when I was 10 years old. In fact, I am that person who sewed my prom dress. I sewed the formal dresses when I was in college. It's really hard for me to see all of these wonderful fabric stores closing. Are you feeling the same way about Joann's closing? Let me know in the comments down below, or just give me a thumbs up so I know you're feeling the same way too. What do you think of my springtime table setting? Let me know in the comments down below, or give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And remember, a beautifully set table is a gift to those gathered around it. I look forward to seeing you next time here at the table. Bye.